So the gloves are off. The gloves are officially off. For those of you that are not aware that have been watching SB276 for the last couple months and really over the last couple weeks and mainly all day today, Governor Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, signed SB276 10 minutes after it left the Senate floor, and he doesn't vaccinate his own fucking kids because they are vaccine injured. They suffer from PANS and ADHD and obsessive compulsive disorder. Many people on Twitter, I'm just going to get straight to the point so I get people's attention real clear here. We have had this information for quite some time, but we were keeping it to ourselves because we didn't want to piss the governor off. We were hoping he'd be on our side, but he is such a coward. He is such a disgrace. And a disgrace to his children and the people of California, that his own children are affected by vaccine injury. Yet we all know the governor of the state of California is not going to be affected by this bill because he can buy whatever medical exemption he wants. We have this on very good authority. We have multiple sources that are close to the Newsoms that have given us this information. There was recently a lot of speculation on Twitter. As to why we were targeting Jennifer Siebel Newsom, who is his wife, why we saw them as an ally, and also why Newsom had vowed to sign the bill and then asked for further amendments. People couldn't figure out why he was backtracking on a law that he said he would sign. That's why. We've known for months that his children are affected by vaccine injury. They only selectively vaccinate their children, but they're not peons. They're not poor little mamas that are barely making ends meet in the state of California. They can go get any medical exemption they want. They can hire someone to homeschool their children. They can put them in any school they want in the entire state. So this coward whose own children are affected, who are selectively vaccinated, and his wife, I don't even know how she's going to be able to look him in the eyes. That is why he was asking for amendments after he said he was going to sign the bill. That is why he backtracked. That is why all of this has happened. That is why we've added his wife into all of our Twitter. His wife was trying to convince him not to sign the bill. We were told 5 hours ago. We have had sources inside the Capitol, senators and assembly members that have been messaging with me personally, that have been messaging with Shauna. That's why we were screaming at people on the live to go back to the Senate. That's why we were putting up calls to action. We had sources telling us 5 hours ago that he was going to sign the bill immediately tonight because they just want this to be over. Gavin Newsom and his wife both know that this is a horrible bill. They both know that it's based off of fraud, but they have been pressured to death by PAN and the CMA and all of the negative news articles that have come out. They signed under pressure. They signed under duress. We were nice about it. 5 hours ago, we were told he was going to sign the bill tonight. It's why we were trying to stop the Assembly and the Senate hearings, because if the bill couldn't be voted on, it couldn't make it to his desk. And the reason why is because they said, we just want it to be over. If we just sign it quickly, it'll be over. Because when SB277 passed, we said, we're not going away. And then we did. We figured it out and we left. There's no figuring it out anymore. There's no figuring it out anymore. They think that it's over and it's time to ramp it up. The shit that was pulled at the Capitol today was some of the most incredible things I've ever seen in my entire life. Mothers that chain. Do they really think that mothers, there was over 10 people arrested today at the Capitol. Do they really think that mothers are going to chain themselves to a door? Breastfeeding mothers are going to chain themselves to a door, get themselves arrested? Oh, Lisa, I'm telling the whole world that Gavin doesn't vaccinate his kids and that they're affected by vaccine injury. But do they really think that breastfeeding mothers of infants are going to chain themselves to the door and then go, oh, well, you signed the bill, I guess we'll take our toys home and leave now? Do they think that they have a mob of 200 angry mothers beating down the doors to the Senate? And we're just going to be like, oh, I guess we'll go home now. I know my kid almost died. But that's fine. We'll try again. We started a revolution, and Newsom fucked up today. Share this video, make it go viral. Let everybody know that Governor Gavin Newsom is a fucking coward. We have been too nice for too long. Governor Gavin Newsom and his wife are a coward. Oh, my husband's listening to my live downstairs. And they don't vaccinate their own children. But they can get what I want the press to pick it up, you guys. Get on Twitter. I just tweeted Pan and Vaccinate California. You want to talk about me being pissed? I'm not even in California. I just tweeted Senator Pan and Vaccinate California and let them know that Newsom doesn't vaccinate his kids, and that's why he's been wavering for the last 2 weeks. I suggest you guys get on Twitter too and send those tweets out to the SACB, the SF Chronicle, Fox 40. Because we have a coward of a man. Listen, I don't agree with his politics to begin with. I mean, I don't really understand how anybody can agree with the politics that he has. We're talking about a man that spends all day tweeting to President Trump about ripping mothers away from their children at the border. And then he just had 9 mothers that are breastfeeding their children ripped away from their children today and arrested, still sitting in county jail, by the way. We have sources, multiple sources that are close to the Newsoms that have told us that their children are affected by vaccine injury, that they suffer from PANS, they suffer from ADHD and obsessive compulsive disorder. You want to put my kids' shit all over the internet and you want to put the children of California's medical records into a database? Guess what? We're going to put yours all over the internet too. Ben Allen selectively vaccinates his kids, and Ben Huso, whatever that guy's name is, he's a shaman and he doesn't vaccinate his kids. All the legislators that voted for this don't vaccinate their kids. You want to put our medical, I don't feel one bit bad about putting his children or his medical information out on blast. People were laughed at, they've been mocked, they've been spit at. Mothers. So that's enough of my rant today. Governor Newsom doesn't vaccinate his kids. He's a fucking hypocrite. Bye.